Catch you on the other side.
All right, everybody, how we doing out there? Doc Severson with you. We got Mav. We got Ready Set Crypto backwards in the camera. Everything's awesome. How's everybody doing here on a Thursday? Today is what? Today is the 9th of May? How do we get into May already? This is outrageous. How's everybody doing out there? We got a lot of folks coming in here. How we doing out there? Hi, guys. Let's see. We got a shout out from Denmark. All right. So we've got, I guess I'll kick things off here. We've got a one coin market. A week ago, it was a 2 coin market. Now it's a 1 coin market. That's it. So 2,160 coins out there. Only one of them is really going up right now. So that's not going to happen forever. We'll see this extreme going on for a while. And maybe we'll talk about levels in a minute here, but Bitcoin's going to run into some awfully strong overhead resistance, probably around 6,400 on Bitstamp. We'll see if that caps it or whether it causes what everybody is not expecting, which would be a squeeze through that. What are you seeing on your end, bud?
I mean, this is Tether's market. That's the only coin that ever matters, right? That's all we ever talk about. No, I'm kidding. I also I like we started a little bit. You guys got to see a little bit of behind the scenes while we're waiting to stream here.
Every time, man, it's like every time I can't.
No, I think today this week has been kind of interesting from the fundamentals perspective. There's a lot going on, good and bad, I suppose. Certainly we've got a mixed market, but yeah, it kind of reminds me of, fall of 2017. Just kind of things are coalescing around Bitcoin, but it's a market that is definitely not dead, definitely still alive, definitely still kicking, and definitely interesting things to talk about. So hopefully we can discuss with you today.
Well, let's see.
I'm trying to hold my hands because the last time people were making fun of my Italian hands. So.
Oh, do you want me to do the hands thing? I'll do the hands thing. Hey, the one thing I want to kind of stress to you guys is, let's see here. I think I might actually bring up a chart on another monitor here and share that and get rid of my pretty face. And I think what we need to avoid is trying to catch a falling knife. So a lot of you are probably out there looking at altcoins and going, oh my God, look at the bargain here. Well, don't forget what is going lower can continue to go lower. Let's see here. Let's come up with a good example. Let's do a little share screen and see what we got. Okay. Incoming. There we go.
Double click on that chart.
So I've got a little Mav big chart here, but a lot of these Bitcoins, a lot of these altcoins that are denominated in Bitcoin are going to have a double whammy against them. So first of all, because of the fact that Bitcoin is in the denominator and it's going bigger, it's going up, it's going to put more pressure on the pair. And so you're going to have all these things like, look at all these things. I mean, they're just getting absolutely wrecked. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, this is a great time to buy them. But you could have said that here. You could have said that here. You could have said that here, right? And where does it end? You don't know. So in my way of thinking, what you want to do is you want to wait for something to start to trend higher, and that would be a higher low, higher high combination like that. I don't have my magic drawing pen set up here today, but wait until it starts to trend to the upside. Don't try to catch the falling knife on the altcoins. And I would say also from a Bitcoin perspective, I think this bird is kind of cooked right now. So what I've been looking at lately for quite some time now has been this little air pocket, because this candle that occurred back here on the 14th of November, that creates like an air pocket of resistance. That does not create overhead resistance. But once it starts to get up to this high value node that's up here at about 6,400, that's where the problems begin. So think about this. All those people that bought at 6,400 way back in November, what do you think is going through their mind right now as the price comes up? Do you think, oh, good, I'm going to stay on this position? Or have they just gone through 6 months of hell and are looking for any way to get out of this thing and just go back to whole again? And the sooner it is, the more likely that they are just to buy back and break even and just go whole again and just say, whoa, that was 6 months of absolute torture. I'll never do that again. I just want to go back to whole. Well, that's what overhead supply comes in. And I think there should be a reaction from 6,400, or it could start as soon as 6,200. Could be anywhere in that zone. Remember, resistance is not necessarily a singular price. Many times it's just kind of an area that's in here. So, okay. Oh, let's see. Catching the questions here. I'm going to go off of the sharing. So hopefully I've made that point. Oh, that's scary. All right, there. Whoa. Okay, now we got it now. Okay. So, yeah, big doc. So that's watch out for the overhead supply. But the one thing I do want to mention is, what is the one thing that nobody's expecting right now? What's the one thing that nobody expects to Bitcoin? So
Spanish Inquisition.
I'll take a little poll out there. I know that there's a 20-second delay, but I want to see if anybody catches this. The one thing that nobody expects is for the price to continue going through 6,400. Now, a lot of you are out there going, hey, but it's overbought. It's stretched, it's exhausted, all kinds of excuses, all kinds of reasons for that. But price can do what it wants to do. So keep in mind that there is another alternative where the price can continue to just knife through 6,400 and say, sayonara, I'm out of here, especially if there's other uncertainties going on with the market. So keep in mind, you've always got to map out your possibilities, whether it goes up, down, or sideways, and be prepared for that. The worst thing in the world is to be a trader and sit there like a deer in the headlights, like, whoa, I never expected that to happen. So, Pink Floyd, Rollback. Shorts are high as hell. They certainly are. And they could get squeezed through the 6,400. So, All right, back over to you, Mav.
I mean, yeah, from a fundamentals perspective, this week has been really interesting. I mean, these last 2 weeks, really, because we saw it come to pass what I've been saying for like a year. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back because they're not exactly the most positive things, but you had Bitfinex and Tether, I wouldn't say blow up, but like it's pretty clear to most people now, like, yeah, let's, look behind the veil. Oh, yep, it's what everybody expected. And then, Binance was hacked for real this time. And, this is the stuff I've been saying for a year. Watch out for these centralized exchanges. Watch out for, there's just a lot of shadiness. And even still, the market is still, I don't feel totally sure what to make of it all. And, especially as we're also hearing a lot of positive news right now. It's sort of a mixed bag of, yeah, you got Fidelity, and it's pretty clear at this point that Facebook Coin is going to be launching. They just announced like 25% increase to WhatsApp team. So, I mean, the Zuck buck is coming. Like JP Morgan Coin just reorganized their blockchain. I hate both of those coins, or I guess one's hypothetical at this point. They
Wait
serve
a
their
minute.
purpose.
Didn't I hear that they were going to tie it to the dollar?
What's that?
Like
Oh, dude.
Zuck Bucks or Facebook coin?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, it's still to officially be launched, but the rumor is Q3 is when they're going to announce. But we could see it could be like Fortnite's V Bucks and just be arbitrarily priced and whatever. I can't believe I brought that up. But like it could be whatever it wants to be. But I hold a conflicting opinion on it because yes, it is introducing more people to a digital currency. Yes, obviously Facebook is going to use it for like to monitor people and see what they're doing and have a stake and just try to be relevant, I suppose. But yeah, it is slowly getting people more and more familiar with, hey, I don't have to use the US dollar for everything. I don't have to, be beholden to my bank for everything. I can, go out there and use digital currency. And even if it is the Zuck buck, like that's still getting people in this like tonal shift of how things are evolving. So again, I'm not a fan, but I can see the purpose of them. Man, we're covering some good ground today, I suppose.
Yeah, we're not going to. I'll tell you what, guys, I don't have much of a voice left. I picked up some kind of bug over the weekend, so I'm going to keep it quiet. Actually, tomorrow, if you guys tune in tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a live trade school. I'm going to be doing it public. We're going to be doing it live, right? And I'm going to go over this really cool thing that I think very, very few people have heard about, which is called fixed ratio money management. It's a way, let's see if I can do this right here. It's a way to take your account equity, if you have a positive expectancy system, and turn it into an exponential slope. And it goes along with my small account trading class. So I think that's going to be tomorrow at 2:00 Eastern time. So that is 1800 UTC. So mark that on your calendar, watch for it. And so I will be doing a live class in that. So
Yeah,
hang
be
loose
fun.
for that. Yeah, should be cool. This is one of the things. So I actually traded a fund for a while, and it was hugely instructive. It was exciting. It was not that lucrative, really, because it's like if you're dealing with the lower levels of trading a fund, like if you're only around like $1 million or something like that, you get very, very small percentages of that. So you really have to get into the big, big, big dollars and into the big, big, big risk before you get any kind of share of that, really. So it was like I learned a hell of a lot, and I realized that I really did hate trading other people's money. Really did hate it because it's like, you get so empathetic. You're like, oh my God, oh, we just lost, 2% on this trade. What are we going to do about that? And these people are going to hate me. But, in the end, it's just, you got to turn yourself into a robot. But fixed ratio was one of the things, one of the little sort of secrets that we used in that fund to be able to get some pretty good performance on it. It just, you got to find things to do that you enjoy doing. It was one of those things I did not enjoy it. So it's more fun to trade for myself.
So, Doc, what do you feel about clearly we're watching sort of like these institutions that are creeping in, and we're RSX. We learned that Fidelity is getting ready to come to market. There's the rumor about the CFTC approving Ethereum futures and what that will do to just the state of things. I don't know. I think we're about to see sort of things move kind of in an interesting direction. But what's your perspective on that, coming from the previous equity markets, I suppose?
Well, I said that 2019 was going to be the year of the crypto derivative, and so far that's pretty much come to be, although it's turned more into just the futures only. So just about everybody that you're seeing out there, and I can't even keep up with all the names out there. There's Bybit and Bex Plus and Prime XBT and let's see, what is it? CoinLink, and I mean the list just goes on. And it's like those are all these little, the Malta-based firms. You know, we're not going to bring up DigitX. DigitX was going to be another one of those. But
Pour one out.
these are all futures, and these are, you know, I think a lot of these guys are making a big mistake because what they're doing is they're looking at King BitMEX and they're going after the 500-pound gorilla by competing with them head to head using the same basic product, which is why I really felt that Digitex had a big advantage to doing that because they were going to be commission free. So we've spent enough time talking about Digitex, so they're probably a few months away from coming out with, you know, version whatever of that. So we'll see whether or not they make it. But so we've got just this whole pant load of these little synthetic futures brokers that are out there, and it's really great because, you know, a lot of these guys have figured out it's like they don't do any KYC. You know, it's easy to sign up. It takes about 20 seconds to sign up, and they force you to sign off the fact that you're not from the United States or one of these other countries, and like, you bet, you know. So it's kind of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of. BitMEX is seriously enforcing the whole IP address thing, but there's ways, you know, you guys know how to, and we are not by any manner advocating that you should break the laws or anything like that. But so that's all happening, and that's good. So ErisX is coming to the party late. Fidelity's coming to the party late. There's already some US-based brokers that are out there, like LedgerX, that actually does options, believe it or not, and they are regulated. But my God, is it awful to trade over there. So first of all, they're only for accredited investors, right? So you have to be an accredited investor, but nobody checks into your background to trade over there. But what I saw was like the price discovery and the markets for options on LedgerX is basically there's a chat window of people begging each other to be, you know, to sell. Hey, I've got this call option over here. Please, somebody buy it. You know, that, I mean, it's pathetic to watch it. I mean, it's just not a liquid market. So right now, so far, 2019, halfway into it, is the year of not necessarily the derivative, but it is certainly the year of crypto futures. And this is where it's great because it doesn't matter whether the market's going up or down or sideways or whatever it is. You can trade futures contracts and, you know, do very, very well with that if you have a system.
Well
So
said.
not quite there yet as far as the options. So the options, when they do hit, and if they're liquid enough, can change the market quite a bit, just like what it did with the equities market.
Yeah, I think we're watching just a slow tide of things that is the sign of what's coming. And yeah, I don't know. I'm getting excited. I think this is this space. If you can say one thing about the crypto space is that it doesn't stay the same. So I mean, guys, even if you're buckling in and getting ready for you know, a bull run or anything like that, which I don't I'm not counting on it anytime soon, but cool. You know that it's not going to be the same. It's going to be predicated on different notions, different reasons, and things aren't going to play out like they did in 2017 or 2014 or 2010 or whatever. Like this space is defined by its inability to stay constant, and I think that's really exciting stuff, and why it stays competitive and why it stays compelling in this age of stagnation. I wouldn't say that, but certainly things are about to kick off. So yeah, let's, before I start rambling too much, there is, I guess I have to address it. A lot of chatter about Binance and just the state of things. And look, I made my opinions pretty clear on the video this week and the one last week where I discussed Binance Chain. And look, you know, there was a lot of the apologists were out in force, you know, defending CZ for suggesting, based off of you know, a core dev's, you know, I guess hypothetical, that we could roll back the Bitcoin blockchain and recover the, you know, the majority, I suppose, of the 40 million outstanding. Obviously, like a really terrible idea, and even if it was technically possible, it just doesn't. It's not feasible. Okay, and yeah, the defending of the fact that, oh yeah, they're a fiduciary, they need to consider all options. Yeah, well, the nuclear option isn't an option you normally consider. uh like if we could have done this for Mount Gox or Bitfinex when they were hacked, and we didn't have to blow up the Bitcoin blockchain to do so, cool. But no, that's exactly what would happen. So honestly, I don't know.
So
At this point,
CZ's got this magic time machine, huh?
something like that, or he's living in his own head of a circumstance, I suppose. But geez, like the core tenet of Bitcoin is the fact that it is the longest standing immutable blockchain. And immutable means immutable, the fact that you don't roll back on this stuff. And I mean, even Andreas Antonopoulos just came out and said, this is the dumbest thing ever. The fact that we even brought this up, that it's consideration. But I think the whole point here, whether you defend Binance or not, is the fact that this was a really good litmus test. This was a really good test of the Bitcoin immunity, the immune system of Bitcoin, to say, no, we won't entertain this idea, even if it is technically feasible in some respects. It just, you don't do it. You don't do it. We're not going to turn Bitcoin into what Ethereum did after the DAO hack or things like that. We're going to keep it as the real value of Bitcoin is its consistency. It's the fact that no one really truly owns it, and the fact that it has this longevity, this history of being this sort of what blockchain is supposed to represent, which is just this decentralized thing that nobody owns. And if the U.S. government or JP Morgan or whoever wanted to come along and control the Bitcoin network, they probably would have done so already, or at least entertained it. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. And even if they could, then what are they left with? Just another shitcoin, guys. So like, this is the power of an open ecosystem that is defined, nobody owns. We have the power of the collective here. So I don't know. I think this has been a really interesting sort of lesson, I suppose. It's unfortunate that it was $40 million, or there's rumors that it was more, but whatever. I think this has just reinforced a lot of the things that we've been saying for a long time. And hopefully, we can all learn from this. But yeah, I don't know. It's always an interesting week in crypto with Bitcoin.
Hey, we got a funny in the chat room here.
Oh, do we?
The wait time. This comes from Michael.
Okay.
The wait time on transferring Bitcoin is longer than the receipt from CVS Pharmacy.
Ooh, man,
savage! I love it. That's great.
Yeah. Do they have CVSs outside of the U.S.? I don't know.
Well, okay. So to give some context to the joke, you go to a CVS Pharmacy and it's like they must go through, I don't know how many trees every day of paper. It's like every time you print off a receipt, it's like longer than your arm, and it's it's so very good. Nice
not
job.
Not to get back on the soapbox, but that's the difference between Bitcoin's value and its utility. As a payment network, yeah, you're right. It takes forever. It's slow. It costs a huge amount of fees. That's its utility. And yeah, there's coins out there that do what Bitcoin does better. Cool. That's the power of having an open ecosystem where anybody can introduce anything and you can have alternative solutions. But Bitcoin's value, what we hold up, and why I got so pissed off yesterday was that it was a direct attack on Bitcoin's value of being immutable, of being, this thing that stands above just what normally, why was Bitcoin created in the first place? Why did Satoshi write the Bitcoin white paper? It was a direct response to the 2008 financial crisis. And, some people who made some poor decisions and blew it up and ruined it for everybody. That's the same, I see a microcosm of that being entertained this week when there's this casual suggestion. Oh yeah, let's just, do the nuclear option and let's get all our money back. no, that's not how this works. So, anyways, I don't mean to be a Bitcoin maximalist or anything like that. I just hope it's clear to people that, this is serious stuff. This is like the core of this space and what it represents. And, obviously there's many different interpretations. I'm not saying one ideal is right over the others, but that's at its core what decentralization represents. And so I just hope that there's, we can try to, get through the fog here and I don't know. Okay. Nerd rant over.
Nerd rant. Oh, you were just getting started.
I know.
I love it. Did anybody see my 10 steps to trading a small account yesterday? So we did that one early last night. Yeah, early last night. So I gave away. So if you haven't seen that before, check it out in our channel. So it's listed as one of the videos on our channel from yesterday. So as a result of that, actually, what I'm doing is I'm teaching a class and we're offering it on sale until Sunday. So a quick share screen over here. Let's go down and look at this one. And, oh, by the way, hang on a second here, guys.
Oh, man.
Pick the wrong one. There we go. Okay. So somebody was asking me, what do you think of Ripple? Let the market tell you what to think of a particular coin. I don't care about the tribalism behind something. The price tells me everything I want to know about a particular coin. What's the trend of this right now? What's the trend of most of these right now? What's the trend here? Let that tell you everything about that particular coin. I just buy stuff that's heading higher in price. That's all I care about. Okay, let's see. Trading a small account, if you go out to readysetcrypto.com/small, you'll find this page. It's $59. What does the class include? Okay. You can go out to here, you can access the class. We can see all the stuff that it's got in there. So you can start off with what are the main challenges for trading a small account, narrowing your focus, creating a system. There's 10 modules in all to this. So it's actually quite a serious class. Also, what you can do if you want to is you can join our Omnia service for just $20 more. And this is $79 a month, and you get access to everything that we do. So you get access to everything that we do. And that is, let me show you just the number of classes that we've done in our archive. So this is the members area here. And if you look at our class archive, okay, look at all these. Getting started, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, security and wallet, short-term trading, portfolio management, passive income, fractal energy trading, all of this stuff. You can get drunk on crypto classes if you want to. So that plus the newsletter that we do every night, as well as here is our Discord community. Everybody say hi. That's out there, right? So we do a lot of this trading ideas, futures discussions, small accounts. You get your own room in here for small account trading if you join that class. So lots going on, right? So if you have a small account and are having difficulty with that, consider joining the small account class.
Doc, I think we should talk about just kind of like why we do what we do and like what's the point of why we host these classes and why we have our service. Why do we operate as a business? I think we've really never addressed that before. What do we hope to gain from all this? Certainly, there's this question, or someone called us out in your stream last night, like, oh, they're charging money for a class. How dare they? How dare they? This just turned into a big advertisement. And oh man, well, I'm going to go back to where I feel like my time is respected. It's like, okay, all right, I get the notion. There's this prevalent thing in social media channels, YouTube, Instagram, where influencers will get on and try to like shill you on this crap that just they've been paid to do so. And from the start of this channel, I said, no, that's not how we're going to operate. We're not going to take ICO money. I'm not going to be out here shilling crap to you guys because I respect your time and your opinions and just the fact that you're willing to sit down with us and try to learn something. And so we took that, and Doc and I eventually got to the point where we were like, okay, we got to do this full time if we want to take this seriously. We need to if we're going to make this be the Khan Academy of the the new investor age of specializing in cryptocurrency, but eventually we want to cover all sorts of topics. We need to build a business around this, and we need to have a sustainable model. And so that's where this idea of like, okay, let's put out the best free content we can. Let's try to make all these awesome videos that we can. Let's do streams like these. Let's really sit down with people and try to like talk in a rational way about like what's going on, why you need to care about certain things. And then if you want, we've got specialized topics, specialized courses where we talk about these things that, like talking about a small account, how to trade a small account. That's something that if you do find someone who's willing to teach you something like that is going to be, either really hard to discern, or, there's going to be ulterior motives. We really don't have any ulterior motives. We want to teach you, something really interesting, something very valuable, and not screw you over for it. I mean, like the price that the Doc is advertising for that class is respective of the fact that we're trying to help people with small accounts. I that's what drives us. So
well, there's many more elements to this as well too, because what is the one currency that you can't get back? What's the one currency that everybody deals with that you have very limited supply of?
Both poor and rich people have it.
What? And it's called time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So time is the one currency that, so it depends. You can find anything that you want to out on the internet, given the, if you have enough time. Actually, the entire MIT course catalog is available on the internet for free. So people that are out there screaming and crying for free college, it's right underneath their nose right now. Okay. So why don't you do something with it? The problem is one of context. So are you telling me that you can go out on Twitter and there's a huge broad spectrum of talent that's out there on Twitter telling you what to do on any particular day, but are you going to be able to learn and separate yourself from the crowd based on what's going on Twitter? You got people yelling over here for this coin, you got people yelling over here for mooning this and everything like that. And it's just a tremendous amount of noise. So I've spent the last 20 years doing this sort of stuff. I've spent the last 14 years teaching people how to do this stuff. I've had to go through my own obstacles of, being terrible as a trader and figuring out what does it take to break through, to push that stone up the hill and then actually over the other side. There's not that many people on Twitter that can actually say something like that. And I think there's a value to that, not only from a time perspective, but also quality of information perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go one further. I think there's another currency that we deal in that is very, sorry if there's loud car in the background. There's another currency we deal in that I think is underrepresented in this space in particular, and that's trust. Trust is so important to how I do everything that I do, because I feel that there's such a dearth, a lack of trust in this space. And for you guys to be watching this, to be part of our community, to subscribe to this channel, you are placing the currency of trust with us. And to me, that's just such an honor and a privilege that I can't even entertain the notion of selling out, if you will, and betraying that trust. And furthermore, even not to toot my own horn or whatever, I feel that's something that needs to be like pursued in this space. Do you feel that you can trust Binance or Tether or things of these things after they've sort of clearly shown their true colors? Do you feel that you can trust the opinions that you see on Twitter or just out there on the web? Not all the time. It's really tough. It's really hard to know what's legitimate and not in this space. And so again, when I started this channel, I saw people charging $2,000 courses to just basically tell people that the next Bitcoin is Ethereum and stuff like that. And it just really upset me because, this space is too important for it to be relegated to charlatans and hucksters and guys that are willing to sell out and betray your trust. And that's I think going to be the core principle of how we run this channel, how we do what we do, because this space needs more of that ethos. It needs more of what, just I feel like that's such a key part of this, especially in a trustless space. I think that's so ironic. But anyways, nerd rant over again. Sorry guys, but I get passionate about this stuff because I think it's so important, especially weeks like these where we're talking about the core tenets of Bitcoin and the future of this space and all that sort of stuff. So again, we're not trying to be self-serving here. We're literally trying to push the space forward and do it in a way we feel is best. But man,
and I think the other thing is, I think we're trying to be 100% transparent with you guys, is that there's no hidden agenda. Like, how many videos have you watched on YouTube where it's like there'll be some great title and there's maybe 10 minutes of sort of half-ass content in there, and then, oh, and if you click my referral link down there, you'll get a discount and it'll really help me out. I mean, so the only purpose of that person putting the video out was to get a referral link so that they could get a downstream, and it's like, that's the one thing that just drives me nuts about this business right now, especially the crypto side, is that nobody's really focusing on the actual quality of the content. It's all about, hey, look at this bright shiny penny over here, let me get your referral fee. And I get it. I understand the whole notion of passive income, but seriously, there's cleaner ways to do it, guys. So we're trying to be transparent about this. We're trying to be professional about this. We've been in this business now for quite some time. We know what moves the needle. We know what helps people.
Yeah, and we feel that as serving as not even just like a beacon of how to do this or whatever, but like trying to show people that there's a better way, that there's a not cleaner, I don't know, but like I talk to other YouTubers, I engage with people every day, and my hope is that it's just this ripple effect that I talk about being open and transparent and honest, and then the next person's like, yeah, you know what, I'd rather see that than trying to promote these shit coins and these Ponzi schemes and all this stuff. And that's how you build a better space. That's how you build a better movement, because that this is beneficial to everybody. So I I don't know.
Yeah, I just totally disagree with the whole, I disagree with the whole notion of selling a course for $3,000. My God, we've seen enough of that crap. So yeah, we're very, very reasonable with what we provide, and we are here to provide. And it's not cheap to run a service like this either. It's not cheap for all the tools and everything that we need. So anyway, enough. We don't want to. Ultimately, it's let the market decide, right? You are this is what's great about this notion of market-based services. Is like, let the market decide what works and what doesn't work out there.
Yeah. So we'd love to have you on our small accounts class, but at the same time, if you just want to keep watching the YouTube channel, that's okay too. We appreciate your support either way. At the end of the day, we want to help you guys, and we want to grow this space together. That's why we're here. We're here to be part of something that is bigger than any of us. So I don't know. It's exciting. I love talking about crypto because it touches on so many things that are like so important to human society, and how I feel that we need to move forward and just build a better world. And that's a pretty that's a pretty common mantra in the tech space. But
somebody just called you out for telling the ripple effect.
Oh,
we see what you did there.
Geez.
All right, we'll take any final questions here.
Yeah.
While I still have a voice, I hope to see you guys. Remember, check it out tomorrow at 2:00 Eastern time, and that's going to be 1800 UTC. I do believe that's the time. Just watch for the notification from the channel. We don't have it up there yet, and I'm going to go over something that's actually really cool and may blow your mind. And it's called fixed ratio money management. Doesn't sound cool, but once you understand what it does and understand how to actually put it into play, could make a big difference towards what you do. But I will do it. I'm not going to promise you fortune or anything like that. It takes a great deal of rigor to do it. In fact, nothing I do is cheap and easy money. Everything requires skill to be able to do, to be able to build edge in a marketplace. So hope to see you guys tomorrow with that.
Yeah. And one thing I also didn't even really touch on in this entire session is the fact that 'twas the week before consensus, and all through the house, I guess people are getting hyped up. I don't know. That didn't rhyme, but whatever.
Not even my spouse.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, it's I guess it is exciting, and maybe that is part of why we're seeing the market get a little bit warmer, I guess, this week. I don't personally anticipate anything revolutionary coming out of it, but it is a big week for crypto, simply because it is, it's in New York, for those who don't know, and it's one of the biggest crypto conferences, and it's crypto's opportunity to show itself off to the legacy financial system. There's going to be a lot of bankers and whoever there, and yeah, you can disagree with that being the central focus of this conference, but really, we can't get ahead as a space unless we build a bridge to what's behind us. Okay, so yes, it is. I also hate the notion that we have to reach out and build bridges with the legacy financial system, but this is how it's done, and this is how we get ahead. So anyways, I'm going to be there. It's going to be the first time that I've attended, and it should be kind of fun to see what's going on. I don't really have any big expectations out of it, but I'm simply going as a litmus test to say, okay, what's the direction of the space? What are people saying about the space who aren't involved with it, or just kind of on the outside of it?
What dates are you going to be there, and where is it?
So it is May 13th through 15th in New York City. Should be a good time. If nothing else, go hang out outside the venue. There's usually a couple protesters and people asking for their hack coins back or something like that, and some Lambos too. Crypto stuff. So yeah, it should be interesting to see what comes out of it. But again, I'm not getting hyped up, and hopefully the market doesn't get itself hyped up, because we saw that last year. We saw there was this like big rush in April, and then by the time consensus hit, it was like, okay, bye. So yeah, tickets are outrageous. I agree, and I do kind of support the viewpoints of guys like Vitalik, who are like, boycott consensus. CoinDesk is they're pushing their own agenda. Whatever. Okay, yes, I agree with that, but at the same time, like, this is bigger than any of us. That's we have to be participatory in the future, even if it means stuff we don't exactly agree with. So
all right, I'm going to respond to Joe Dagger. That's a cool name, man. Joe Dagger. I wish my name was like, hi, I'm Joe Dagger. And nobody would mess with you, right? With a name like that. So Joe, I would love to sit down and have a beer with somebody like Joe, because his question is, are we supposed to still hold because I sold my Bitcoin because they said 6,000 was resistance, but it looks like it's holding now, so he bought back in.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Joe, we got to talk. All right. Because this is exactly what retail traders do. And I want you guys to stop doing this. So first of all, who the hell is they that told you to do this? Right? You got to start thinking for yourself, right? You got to get the skills so that you don't have some random dude out there on the internet telling you what to do. Because 6,000, right? 6,000 is resistance. So therefore, this is what happens to retail traders, is that they churn and thrash and they wriggle around like fish and ultimately lose money. So Joe, I would love to work with you at some point. Can't do this through a YouTube channel on a live circuit, but let me know if there's something that we can do. Mav, tell us about London.
Yes, absolutely. This is our opportunity. Like, we love doing this stuff. We love talking to you guys, because if you're in this space at this moment, if you've survived through the last 15 months, or if you're new to the space, we're all in this together. And yes, it's frustrating. It's like, we want the space to evolve. We want to, get our bags to stop being so heavy. We're all collectively, suffering, hoping, dreaming. It's the crypto experience. It's great. It's terrible. Whatever. But I think one thing we're going to try to do more often is get out there, talk to people. And the first time we're really going to ever do that is we're going to have a meetup in London, just just to be casual. Like it's just going to be at a pub. And this is sort of a prototype for us because we haven't done this before. Maybe you haven't come to a crypto meetup before. Cool. And especially in the context of libations, adult beverages, even more cool. And just to talk shop and say yeah, awesome. Let's talk about crypto or life or whatever. It's all good. I think we maybe I can't spit it out. I right about. So we're gonna be there the 21st and at a to be determined pub somewhere in central London, District 1 or Zone 1. And just follow our free newsletter. Go to readysetcrypto.com to get on, and we'll announce the details probably in a week or so. So sorry, roundabout, but yeah. This is we love doing this stuff, and we want to do more of it. Eventually, I think we're entertaining actually doing a real seminar and doing something a little bit more formal and I don't know. It's all cool.
Would you guys like that? Would you like to attend an actual live seminar in person, or those kind of things? I mean, let us know. I mean, we're here to serve. We are here to help you guys.
Yeah, we can cover anything from trading to just general crypto stuff. That's I think that's so cool. And we've talked about this, the space is evolving all the time, so there's always something new to talk about. But yeah, I'm going roundabout again, man. I need to just go take a nap or something because I'm way too hyped right now. Yeah, do you guys have any questions? We've kind of rambled on for a little bit here, but hopefully this was kind of fun. This has probably been the most energetic stream we've ever had.
We're getting excited about the adult beverage thing. I think
that's what I'm saying.
It's different. It's different being in London because it's we're used to the whole U.S. kind of thing of tipping and bartending and waiter. It's a completely different situation over there. So it took us a while to get used to, but man, the beer was excellent. Few pints, talk crypto, sounds yeah. Yeah. I am so there, man. It's that's just over a week from now. Can't wait.
We are like chalk and cheese. That's not an American saying, but I'll take it. I don't know if it's a compliment or an insult, but I'll take it either way. It sounds cool.
Like chalk and cheese, mate.
Yeah. Marty, I kind of went on a 20-minute Binance rant earlier in the stream, so just rewind a bit. And,
just drag that timeline back there and you can hear.
It's half of it.
Right, and you can even increase the speed on it, so if you don't have to, you get it.
Oh, I love this question. Okay, where do we want to see crypto a year from now? What are my expectations? I think just the general trend over the last 10 years, and certainly over the next year, is crypto is becoming more legitimate. And what that means is hard to define. Is it in the sense of compliance? Is it in the sense of capital formation? Is it in the sense of the utility of distributed ledger technology? It's the congruence with other emerging technologies. All these things. I think it's becoming more legitimate. I think it's becoming more widely accepted as something that's part of the technological renaissance, the fourth industrial revolution, all these really cool things. As far as the price, which is probably what you're asking about, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see where I'd like to see things is just a general trend. Just baby steps, I suppose.
I want to see things grow up. I want to see it grow up. Yeah. I want to see the alts that don't deserve to be out there. I want to see them go away. I want to see them burn into the ground. And I want to see the coins that do offer value. I want to see them go ape. And I want to see everything grow up in general and more overall participation. There's trillions of dollars that's out there. This market shouldn't be defined by 100 billion. I mean, good God. So trillions of dollars. There's $30 trillion in the S&P 500. Just a little bit of that would be awesome for crypto.
Hey guys, we were on a call right before this, and we were talking about how, over the last century, there's been just these paradigm shifts of technology and the way society has evolved. But this is the granddaddy of them all. This is talking about capital, which has not really had a paradigm shift this large in any of our lifetimes. So this is it's going to be really interesting. I think right now the challenge and the opportunity for the space is to just serve as a alternative versus the legacy financial system, which has a lot of questions, a lot of uncertainty. People are just not sure what's going on with the world economy and just the way things are evolving. And for crypto, for blockchain to serve as just something different is one of its biggest values right now, regardless of its utility in this moment. So that's I think that in the short term, in the 5 years, whatever, that's the opportunity, the challenge for us. So yeah. Cool.
Hey, what would you tell somebody like Joe Dagger? Joe Dagger.
Joe Dagger.
The name is Dagger. Joe Dagger. What would you tell him about Coinbase fees of $49?
Coinbase
hint rhymes with GDAX.
Oh yeah. So one of the first things that I learned when I got really into this space, went back into the space, is that there are fiat on ramps and off ramps that are free, and you just have to look for them. And I think, yeah, Coinbase Pro represents one of them. It used to be GDAX. So just transfer your money in to Coinbase, that 7-day waiting period, transfer it over to Coinbase Pro, do a limit order. Don't do a market order, and wham bam, you paid 0% fees because there's no maker taker, or sorry, there's no is it just I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
See,
it's free.
if you'd taken one of our classes, you could have saved $49, Joe.
Ooh. Yeah.
See what I mean? That's the point that we're trying to make here, is that we're here to save you time and money.
Yeah. It's a collective consciousness. That's, Carlos, just rewind the stream a little bit back to the beginning. Doc.
Well, I didn't really go too much, and I'll give 20 seconds on DigitX. They have signed up with a new development partner called Smart Deck. And if I know Israeli tech companies and if I know Russian tech companies, first of all, they're not going to put up with any guff. They're not going to take an F-bomb ramp that's online. They will deliver. They will sit down and they will beat the living hell out of Adam for one straight month until Adam is literally crying, saying, enough. I'm sick of giving you requirements. They will force him to literally dot every I and cross every T on the engineering requirements before everybody signs off and says, yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And then they will go and execute on those. These guys get stuff done. So yeah, I believe that they will get it done. I believe that Adam will eventually, if he doesn't run out of patience and sanity first, he will eventually have the world's first free cryptocurrency futures exchange. And it will be a wonderful thing. I hope he takes my advice and just comes out to market with one instrument, and don't cater to all the free scabs that are looking for 1,000 DigitX tokens. Cater to those that will actually put some liquidity on the exchange. End of my rant.
It looks like I'm going to have to rescind what I just said. It wasn't totally accurate, being told in the chat, and I apologize for that. I still think you'll be able to have a much Coinbase. The Coinbase site is all you do when you buy on there and you do the 3% fees. They're just doing a market order off of Coinbase Pro. So I guess, yes, it's not free anymore to do the Coinbase Pro method or whatever people are saying. But yeah, it's still a lot cheaper than just buying on Coinbase. So yeah, sorry, they changed it a month ago apparently. Man, this space, nothing ever stays constant. I said that at the beginning. Yeah, I guess they are overcharged for a lot, but they're a business and they're worth. I don't know if they're worth $8 billion anymore, but they're up there. Got about 5 minutes left. Just do a lightning round, I suppose.
What is your thought on alts in the short term? Well, they're going down right now. So no kidding. It's like, I'm not trying to be facetious here. They're going down right now. So everybody wants to know, well, when are they going to bounce? Let the price tell you what to do. That's what the price is there for. The price is telling you what the market value is. The 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 evaluation of what's happening is reflected in the price today. Everything that's known about that coin in terms of its market value is reflected in the price today. It's not telling the future, it's showing what's actually happening today.
Yeah. Okay. Crypto Leo Lion has asked like 4 times about Matrix AI. I honestly haven't covered or even looked into it in the past probably 3 or 4 months. They're they were looking to do some like autonomous smart contract, you know, auditing services, and it was somehow tied into China's One Belt One Road initiative and smart cities and all that sort of stuff. All that sounds cool, but again, it's a Chinese-based project, or it was, maybe, I don't know if it still is, and obviously carries the caveats that come with it. China obviously hates cryptocurrencies, loves blockchain because of its its potential. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I should look back into Matrix to see what they've been up to. But that's about all I got for you. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then thoughts on Neo. Okay, so I know I covered this question, but maybe it was one of our private live streams for our Omnia members, so I can't remember if. Anyways, I went to the Neo DevCon this year. It was cool. It was well run, relatively. It's right on par with what I kind of expected. The basic takeaway from that was this year is just gonna kind of be waiting for Neo 3.0 and their infrastructure updates and the stuff that they're working on. It all sounds really cool. I read through that Medium article that Eric Zhang put out about some of the things they're working on and sort of the staged rollout of Neo 3.0. Cool stuff. We'll see if they can, get it done in time and what happens. But yeah, basically, in the short run, I don't know if I'm too bullish on it, to be honest. It's a platform, and its strength as a platform is dictated by how many dApps are being used on it. And as we just learned, you guys should really subscribe to Deer, I think it's pronounced, or whatever. They do some really awesome newsletters, but they were just talking about how the current state of the dApp sort of ecosystem is that there's still 60% of dApps are still on Ethereum. That even that being said, the development has been going down, and it's sort of the dApp ecosystem is sort of spread out. So it's anyone's game right now, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what role platforms play in the future as the space evolves, as we start to move into the 3 pillars that we talk about, which is crypto, STOs, and DeFi. And part of what made ICO so compelling was their capital formation, but that was also their central greatest flaw, is the fact that it was open and accessible to everyone. So if SDOs come along and they prove to be a better model, which they are, what role that projects being built on these platforms, these crypto platforms, will play, I don't know, TBD. But yeah, there's still definitely utility. There's still a lot going on. So what defines a network, a platform in this state right now, is its network value, the Metcalfe's law, how many people are using it, how many people are building on it, that sort of thing. That's really all I care about right now. I want to make sure that by the end of this bear market, whenever that is, that they still have lots of cash and reserves, that they're still, operating as good as possible. And yeah, they're seizing the future, and it's anyone's game as far as I'm concerned. So cool.
Hey everybody. Yeah, we've bloviated here for a full hour.
Yes, we have.
it is time for us to stop this foolishness, and I want to remind you guys to join me in the small account class, which is, or you join us on Omnia. If you're an Omnia customer, you get that as well too. You get everything that we do for $79 for a month. Okay, so that also, mark on your calendars tomorrow, 2:00 Eastern, 1800 UTC. I'm going to be doing fixed ratio. I'll be doing a whole class on fixed ratio. Very technical stuff. You're going to have to pay attention to that. So, all right. Thanks everybody. We are
Take care
gonna,
of yourself,
we are
guys.
gonna we're gonna tune out and leave you with a very silent outro here, but it looks cool. So, thanks everybody for hanging around with us today, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys. Have a great weekend.